Good morning and welcome to Crow and Klein here today with a daily energetic check-in. I am using the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let me get comfortable here. And our card of focus is the Meandering Pathway with Flow. This is a beautiful card. I don't know if you can see, but there's the path through the forest. We have our, it looks like Gandalf, right? Sunlight coming in. Okay. Number 24. For whoever wants to know that number. Anyway, so yeah, this is about how things fall into place when we don't resist the flow of the meandering path of life. It's about allowing the path to take you where it needs to take you where you need to go. Without rushing, without pushing, without pulling, right? Just letting go and surrendering. So when this, when life presents you a meandering path, hence this card, rather than a straight shot to your goal, it can be really frustrating. It can feel aimless, roundabout, right? And you can't really see what lies ahead because of the twists and the turns of the path, right? Through this, it looks like a really dense forest. So yeah, you can definitely feel the frustration. And when we feel the frustration, we can create restrictions and limitations. On the other hand, you can just go with the flow, right? Because when we're on a meandering path, if we're fighting it, we're just impeding our own progress. So maybe just enjoy the voyage, right? Maybe just enjoy the curves, the bends, the loops, the turns, and don't despair, because all is as it should be. This card, when it comes up, suggests that maybe it's time to relinquish control to the path, because it's going to take you where you need to be. It's going to take you where you need to go. You don't have to have all the answers right now to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds, right? To have an astounding future. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. You're going to get exactly where you need to be for your highest good. Okay? Everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow. I think that it's wise. It's wise. It's frustrating. It can be super, super frustrating. I know. But I think it's wise, because then you're not wasting extra energy, trying to force something that's not quite ready to be here, or you're not quite ready to be there. Maybe it's a little bit of a cosmic break. It just go with the flow. I had a friend, gosh, a long time ago. I haven't thought about him in a long time. And what was his saying? If you can't fight and you can't flee, flow. And I think he truly lived by those words. So he was super chill. Anyway, I have the Witch of the Forest Tarot. I thought this was very appropriate as we're on this meandering pathway through the forest with this lovely looking wizard here. So let's go ahead and dig into this. I hope you are all doing well. I want to thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate you, and I'm honored to be able to bring you these messages every day. Please keep in mind that these are timeless, but they're also general for the collective, okay? So they're not one-on-one. This is your opportunity to practice your discernment and trust your intuition. You'll know if this reading is for you or not, okay? Practice makes perfect. All right, flow. Releasing control and flowing. You have the Chariot. That is definitely forward-moving momentum. The Chariot is also about overcoming obstacles. So maybe this is something that needs to be understood, is that you can still get where you need to go. without, I shouldn't say without, by allowing the energies to flow the way they need to flow to get you where you need to go, right? It's like currents. Trust that you're in the right current to get where you need to be, right? Hope that makes sense. Now, in your energy, yeah, you're definitely exploring, right? The Page of Pentacles is all about building a foundation of, I mean, I would say kind of experimenting a little bit with money, just in the curiosity of the page with the pentacle, right? But they have a very analytical adult mind as far as money and strategy with money. So, you know, maybe this is a little why you're holding on and trying to sort of direct the flow of life right now, is because you know what you want. You know that you want maybe to invest or some sort of strategy for finances, whatnot. Okay. Regardless, the page is a messenger, right? And fresh energy. So you might be looking at your stability, your foundation in a different light and moving forward in a different way with it, in a new way. Keep in mind we have temperance, so this is divine timing. It's not going to happen till it's meant to happen. This is why, look at the water flowing from cup to cup. This is really about a trust. You're meant to trust right now. I mean, bottom line, the current's going to go where the current's going to go, and you can't fight it. If you fight it, you're just going to get exhausted. It's going to go. It's going to take you where it's supposed to take you. Yeah, this reading is all about trust. So it's okay to look at your material world foundation and to sort of explore that. There's something about this in your energy that's going to lead you to something else. So yeah, it's about letting go. It's about letting go and trusting, and letting go of the wheel, letting go of the reins, trusting in the divine, trusting in the energy that, you know, inspired actions that you've taken towards your goals have already put you in the right current, right, to take you where you need to go. Yeah, it really is about, it's going to feel meandering, but it's not. It's what the energy is here, okay? All right, yeah. Under the Chariot, we have the Five of Wands. So competition, debate, right? Conflict. Typically with others, it can be within, right? It's kind of like fighting off all this stuff. So it is kind of a fighting energy coming out underneath this Chariot card. So yeah, you might be still trying to force things a little bit. That's kind of a card of wanting it your way as well. Competition. I don't think you need to worry about competition with whatever it is you're moving towards. Unless you're having arguments with your higher self or your guides, your counsels, your spirits, your angels, your ancestors, any of those things. Maybe you're in doubt a little bit. Maybe that's kind of what this reading is about as well. You may be being you might be being put in a situation where you have to trust, right? I'm laughing because I totally get this reading. Totally get it. All right. In your energy, yeah, you have a choice to make. And it is your choice. This is showing up in your energy. So sometimes in a reading, the Two of Swords can be like, you know, blocking out everything. And sometimes it's information that we need to know. But I think in this reading, you're blocking out everything and trusting that self, right? To make this decision. That's what it feels like. And with that, I will say that when we block out everything, we're also blocking out signs and synchronicities, right? messages in nature, that those kinds of things. And so you might be missing out on something, which could be creating, or not creating, but adding to the frustration of this meandering path for you. Okay. Under Temperance, we have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this has been a long, hard slog for you. You had a lot of things happen, but the Nine of Wands is first and foremost a wounded warrior, right? Doesn't stop. You can't stop the Nine of Wands. They just keep getting right back up. I kind of like to call it my zombie card. There's incredible resilience. But the Nine of Wands also collects wisdoms and becomes very, very wise, right? There's a lot of experience with this card. And with Temperance, you know, you had to go through these things to build up this wisdom and this resilience. I mean, I feel like this meandering pathway might be kind of an opportunity to get some rest as well. If you just sort of allow the current to take you where you need to go, just follow this meandering path on its twists and turns and curves and whatever through this forest in trust. Like it's gonna feel a little like lifting a burden off of you. We have the Star. So there's something about this, you know, it's possible it's leading you to a wish or a dream that you've had, right? The Star is also about your guiding light, your North Star, which is also within. And it's a card of healing, right? We're just talking about, you know, if you can embrace the meandering pathway in a certain way, that it can, you know, unburden you a little bit, allow you to breathe a little freer. You know, that in itself is healing. Yeah, I mean, I just get the sense that it's not about the destination on this particular little leg of your journey, right? This is about this is about the path and understanding that you can let go of the reins and trust. All right, in your energy, you have the Four of Pentacles. So it's kind of a card of holding on, right? You know, in your energy too, you have that Page of Pentacles, which is about building. So you might be budgeting and stuff right now, basically is what I'm getting. And so if that's the case, if things are a little tight and you're struggling a little bit and you're on this meandering path and you can't see where it's going, yeah, that's doubly frustrating, because it looks to me like maybe you're trying to get yourself out of maybe a little bit of a financial situation here, right? So this choice is yours. This choice is yours. Are you going to meander or not? Are you going to trust or are you not? Right? It's really frustrating, you know, when you know what you need to do and you're trying to get there and your path keeps going wonky. But just trust right now. Trust right now. I think it's leading you to this star over here. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is taking action on a plan, right? So we have the Page in your Page of Pentacles in your energy, being very strategic around money, finance, property, investment, that kind of thing, building a solid foundation in the material world. And then keep in mind, you have the Three of Wands, which is you're already moving forward on plans of what you want your world to look like, right? So there's a lot of planning here. You have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, which is good, right? But right now, when we have plans, we try to force what we want, okay? But right now, you're meant to just trust. Stay on the path, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense right now, because it's going to eventually, this path is going to open up to a beautiful meadow or a lake or a river or something, you know, it's going to open up and you're going to see, yeah, the High Priestess. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in in the shadows that you don't understand, right? The High Priestess works in the mystical, magical. So I think you're meant to understand that there are things happening that you can't see. That is part of the trust of this reading. It's part of the trust issue of just going with the flow. Go with the flow, because look where it's going to lead you. The Ten of Cups. Your emotional wish fulfillment. Happiness for you and everyone around you. You're going to exude happiness, right? Family, friends, community. Yeah. Just trust. Trust for now. Bottom of the deck. Emperor, I said in the beginning, this might be a rest for you. Yeah. There's your Four of Swords. Okay. That is your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe. Share with your besties, and I will see you next time.